God! The interplanetary invasion weapon, Dias, had awakened in its arc. Merkaba was activated. Why did you space it out like that? Dias began to absorb, one after the other, the mutated people, destined to be its parts, while the non-mutated would eventually only become a threat to it to exterminate us and our civilization. It set into action. The planet's surface was devastated by Merkaba and the weapons born from out of it called the Seraph Angels. While pursuing the newly awakened Dias, we chanced upon Faye, whose whereabouts had hitherto been lost, along with his gear Weltel, discovered together at the place where Merkaba was originally located. We were overjoyed by Faye's return, but it was short-lived. For some unknown reason, Faye was found in a state of suspended animation. He did not regain consciousness. The people of Chevet, and we ourselves, feared a relapse of Id's power, and had no choice but to put Faye into carbonite freeze. I think they were just itching for that to happen, though. They really wanted to freeze someone in carbonite. Well, instead of making us run through dungeons, P, it's easier just to make us read about it. Your Majesty, why do the people of Chevet fear Faye so much, even if Graf and Id's power are comparable? It is not that we fear him. We fear the error we ourselves committed, and now we are simply trying to put a lid on it. The error that you yourselves committed? Chevet instigated a battle 500 years ago to gain our independence from Solaris. However, we became overcome with the lust for power. Fearing the war-torn peoples would no longer be with Chevet, but with the Nissan Mother, and that the people would assemble under Sophia. The Council of the Elders of Chevet would back then made a deal with Solaris. A deal? Yes! At the time, Solaris, or the Gazelle Ministry to be exact, were at odds with a woman who held the real power behind the scenes. Would that happen to have been Mayang? Most probably it was. I like how you chose not to tell us any of this till now. Fearing the increasing power of the masses assembling in Nissan, the Gazelle Ministry schemed to hand over their antagonist, Mayang, and promised the division of the rulership over the Earth's surface. But in exchange, we had to give them the rebel army that had assembled in Nissan, and also their protection, Sophia, or their patron. The leaders of Chevet accepted, and it was decided that Nissan would be the location of the final decisive battle with Solaris. Chevet did not participate in that battle. Thwarted by the awesome number of Solarian army, and with their path of retreat cut off, the Nissan rebel army ran out of options and was destroyed. Caught up in the middle of all this was Lacan, Bart's ancestor Roni, myself, and Krelian. You were also there? Yes. Surrounded on all sides, we were prepared to die. And then the rebel force's flagship appeared with Sophia on board. She sacrificed herself so as to create a path for our retreat. Sophia's ship headed straight for the enemy's main attack ship on a suicide attack. It wouldn't feel that way if they just did it right though, P. I like how since this happened 500 years ago, they gotta show it in like that old film style. Thanks to Sophia's sacrifice, we were able to survive. However, her death forever changed the fate of two men. Krelian, who followed closely under her as the leader of the Nissan sex militia, completely lost faith after calling out to a god that would not respond. I will create God with my own hands! Were the last words he uttered before he disappeared. And Lacan, he resented himself for not having the power to do anything while she died in front of him. So he began to search for the legendary power. Legendary power? God's resting place, Mahanan. The source of the divine wisdom, Raziel. And the Anima relics, which were created by that very wisdom. Soma, no worries. Thank you for coming out. You were fantastic. Have a good one. Besides these, there is one more legend. And that is... Zohar. Zohar? That has the same name as the Zohar modifier, the power reactor that Miang spoke of, saying it was the infinite energy of the source of God Dias. What she claimed is also the source of our ether powers and the driving force of all our gears. It would have to be one and the same thing. It is the place that contains the ultimate source of this world's power. It is said that only the one who has the correct destiny would be able to discover its location. Losing all faith in humanity, Lacan sought after its power. Lacan became Graph, and the world collapsed. This tragedy happened because of the people's lust for power. I must take part of the responsibility for not having been able to stop it. And now Faye, the one who has the same power as Graph, we just wanted to seal up that dreadful power that arose from our own sinful deeds. Maybe, Trife. D-Kitty, hello! And you still got the slime, yeah! Yeah, a lot of bloat text, I agree, Satan. Graph, the man once known as Lacan, sought after the power of Zohar, the one who has the same power as Graph, Faye. I had this premonition that Faye would awaken and seek out that power, and that presentiment became reality. All you wanted for E3 was a Borderlands 3 announcement? You're not getting that? You might. I mean, it's entirely possible that they kept the lid on it. I want to hear about a Xenosaga HD remake. He wasn't kidding. They already said they weren't? Oh, well, that's no fun. Well, we can hope they're lying, because that'd be nice. Where am I? Who am I? Why am I? This is my memory. Doc! Rico! Billy! Wise Man. Why are you remembering the Wise Man? Graph. None of your other party members. You just remember Wiseman and Graph. Everyone, my memories. Ellie? Mother. I like how Dan and Timothy are just completely forgotten about at this point. Like his best friends from the beginning of the game, they're just gone. See ya. Who are you? I'm surprised. That's pretty clever. You are id? I misjudged you. I didn't expect you, the fake personality, would create a fourth persona. Fourth persona? He can't feel anything. He's shut up inside your ego. The pressing facts and truths you won't face. You're afraid of them, so you desire to completely shut yourself off from the world outside. And so you formed a fourth persona, a fourth Fae. The name doesn't matter. He's the one on the stage. He's the one who's in control of our body. But it is a useless form of resistance. Come with me. Wait, what are you doing? He has the key. I merely want to borrow it. I've got to go somewhere. Are you coming too? Come on, guys, eat up. You haven't been able to get this kind of food around here lately, have you? Well, this is also due to my business savvy. What's wrong, Lacan? You look kinda down. What's bothering you? Are you worried about something? It's nothing. I'm just thinking about painting Sophia. I don't know why I agreed to do her portrait. Sophia, you mean your childhood friend who's now the Holy Mother in Nissan? She's not really a childhood friend. I just made her acquaintance at the monastery near my home when I was a kid. She went to the clinic there for convalescence. She was frail. So, what are you worried about painting her for? She does not wish herself to become a symbol of her sect. Actually, it seems she wasn't interested in having her portrait painted at first. But when she heard I would be the painter, she turned around and agreed. That's what I don't understand. I see. Then she must like you. I like how Roni Fatima is just Sigurd without an eye patch, blonde hair, and lighter skin. Then she must like you. What are you talking about? That's how women are, right, Krelian? Yeah, like I said, this is just a fever dream. Hey, Krell! Huh? What's up? You're not having any? It's ready to eat. Ah, yeah. The Holy Mother of Nissan, huh? What do you have to offend Divine Providence or something, Lacan? Cut it out. It's not like that. He's getting really chummy with him. What? Where the fuck are they anyway? That looks like the ship you killed the Reapers on with Billy. Sophia first showed me the books that are the best way to calm the heart, and now I'm hooked on reading. I'm not trying to brag, but I've learned a lot of things I never knew before. Lately, I've been reading this. What is it? Something I borrowed from Melchior. It's about a form of molecular engineering, nanotechnology. I believe it's a book found in the ancient ruins of the Zaboim civilization. It's a copy of someone's research report, but it's incomplete. I think there were even more wonderful things written in it, but we'll never know now. This guy's a son of a bitch. What's wrong? You don't look so good. Lately, you've seemed melancholy almost every day. Has something happened? I don't know. I just can't paint right now. Sorry, but do you mind if we stop here for today? I see. It is not good to push yourself so hard. Why don't you rest up for a little while? I'll have Krelian take you. Krelian extended his life through nanotechnology, P. Roni Fatima died. Even so, there was some time when I did some pretty vicious things. I lashed out at random, everyone around me feared me, even my friends. I lived a life surrounded by people who looked at me with fear in their eyes. But she was the only one who wasn't afraid of me. She could just smile. Peace of mind, she was the one who taught me what was and how I could receive it. She taught me how to live as a human. "60 is more accurate." We have been in this cutscene for a while. At least 13 minutes. That's a good idea, Treff. I'm going to save state it. Just in case it crashes. What are you doing, Lacan? Oh, it's you! Krelian. I was thinking I'd stop painting the portrait. Why stop now? It's the circumstances. I shouldn't be painting her at a time like this. Eventually, she too must stand at the front line, so... Is that really the problem? Lacan? Her smile, it's killing me. The more she smiles at me, the more I feel my very being become insignificant. Inside my heart, there is this empty existence other than painting. I have no worth. Yet she continues to accept my presence. I feel like I'm getting smaller and smaller. I didn't have this feeling in the beginning. I just wanted to paint her one more minute, one more second longer. I wanted to keep on painting forever, but suddenly I couldn't. As the picture neared completion, the empty part of me started to manifest itself in my brushstrokes. I was meant to be painting her as she really is, but this picture is my own self. My empty self has begun to appear within there. That's why I've got to stop now. Your own self? You're just running away. You can't bear it when she smiles at you. By painting her portrait, you noticed the gap between your own inner emptiness and inner abundance. You could not fill that gap. That's why you were quitting your painting. You were refusing her. Even so, you still can't bring yourself to leave her, can you? In spite of that, why is it that she continues to smile at you? You who can't accept her feelings. You who won't accept her feelings. Tell me why. If it was me who was receiving such feelings. You're neglecting yourself too much. Why aren't you kinder to yourself, mistress? But I want to see that. Thanks, Faye. Is this really her true expression? Yeah. To people who don't know her that well, I guess. Her smile, I don't know. The smile in this picture is somehow different from the one she usually shows us. I realize Lacan's feelings are in there, but I don't think she's ever opened herself up and shown her inner self to others like this before. You've been painting such a beautiful expression of Sophia. I can't see the reason why you want to stop. Beautiful? Forget it. This picture, it's anything but beautiful. Lacan, you say you are empty, then why do you come along with us? What we have been doing up till now are not just acts of mercy, it's a fight for freedom. Time and again you've been through life-threatening situations with us. A man who has nothing in his heart couldn't do that kind of thing, right? Roni, you're giving me too much credit. As long as you do something to keep yourself occupied, you can ignore the hollowness inside. From the beginning, my very existence itself was an emptiness. It wouldn't matter if I were to die right now. You live, you die, that's all. Pessimistic as usual, Lacan. And now you're lying. It is just that you're not good at expressing your own feelings. You're not empty. She knows that. That's why she shows you her true smile. I don't deserve to see her true smile. She's the hope of the people, their support. There's so much more for her to do. Why would she open her heart to a mere artist like me? Bro! Is this the Hammers? Hey, bro, what are you doing here? What's up? The Council of Elders of Shafet issued a decision. Tomorrow, we will leave for Soylent. Oh shit, they're gonna become people. Or food. Soylent? That's in Solaris. Yes, and Sophia will be coming with us. That's ridiculous! The refugees are still increasing. We can't afford to have Sophia leave Nissan. And going to Soylent, that's plain foolish. It's too dangerous. What are the elders thinking? No, it wasn't the council's wish. It was Sophia's will. It appears that she expressed the desire herself. That can't be. What is she thinking? Originally, we just talked about it being just us. Just us? Sophia! Sophia! Lacan, what are you doing? You keep back. I knew you couldn't leave Sophia. We couldn't leave Sophia in your care. I'll protect her, even if it costs me my life. Yep. You know hawks are technically regular birds, right? Why don't you let it go get some rest, Krell? You haven't slept since the day before yesterday, have you? You shouldn't do that to yourself. I'm fine. It's not a problem. Look, I'll watch over her so you go sleep. What will we do if you also fall ill? Do not forget you are the head of the Sex military forces. Okay, I suppose you are right. Hawks are still regular birds. Size did not make it not a regular bird. Ellie, I'm so sorry. A griffin, that's an abnormal bird. It was my misjudgment that did this to you. I was terrified. It was like you could see right through me. Your eyes, that look. That was me that was being reflected back in your eyes. I was looking at myself and thus painting myself. I couldn't stand it. So that's why... Oh, Ellie, what in the heavens did you find inside me? When you wake up, I think I will ask you that. She found his prostate. On second thought, no, I don't want to burden you with my concerns. Besides, I wouldn't be able to ask you. One look into your eyes, and I can't say a thing. I wouldn't even be able to tell you how I feel. You are the sweetest person. Ellie! You are someone who cannot bear to see others hurt by your own actions. So you hold everything and bear all of the burden. If you get hurt in the end, you think that it is fine. That's what I like about you. Stop! Don't say that! If you become just another human, everyone will... Humans aren't all that frail, you know. They don't need a symbol who is just appearances only. I believe that if you have light in your heart, you can overcome any hardship. What I have been doing is simple. Nah, ostriches are not regular birds. Ostriches, emus, dodos, those are peculiar birds. They can't fly. Like penguins, those are different too. What I have been doing is simply showing people that such light exists in the hearts of everyone. I'm just a woman, and to fulfill my womanhood, I am prepared to throw away anything, even this position. I'm so playing the role of Sophia, but I'm still me. I haven't changed. A cowardly, selfish crybaby, I am still the same. Could you live a lie like that and still be happy? I don't want to do that. Alright, I'll backpedal a bit there. Regular bird is not a good way to describe them because it's not fair. Every bird is its own different type of genus. So, yeah. Oh, Lacan, I want to live more honestly with myself. To be able to tell that man I love that I do love him, and I don't care if I get hurt or rejected. You only have one life, and I don't want to turn around later and regret not having done such things. Oh man, Krelian's outside the door. Krelian liked her. And pterodactyls are considered regular birds, at least for that time. Do you think I'll let it end here? We're not their possessions! Hey look, this cutscene again. They were rushed, P. I think Faye Igtinos knows more about it than I do. But from what I understand, there was a huge amount of push for them to just finish the game once they got to the second disc. Sophia, what are you doing? I'm ending this. You won't need to fight anymore. So Krelian, please open your fist, and with your open hand, gently hold the people who will continue to live. Don't be foolish! We'll help you escape, so please stop! Thank you, Lacan. But, sorry, there's no other way. Ellie! I'm so glad that they decided to show this content again, just to bloat it even further. People support each other to live. It's what brings us happiness. To share that happiness, and please, Lacan, live! Hey, that's why I stream. I support myself by hanging out with you guys. You think the company realized the story was getting out of 10 too? Ellie! Well, you see, the story, like I said earlier, would have been fine if they just fleshed the game out in a normal way, because then it would have felt like you were actually part of the story and taking part in it, versus this, where you're just watching the story unfold at this point. We were sacrificed as pawns in order to protect their own authority. Sophia was... Is this the ideal world we've been searching for? What have we been doing? Heading towards Sophia's ideals? Is this our salvation? This isn't fair. Sophia was sacrificed for those bastards. Sophia said if you just have faith, the path to what you hope for will open. But look at reality. God didn't answer our prayers. Is that because we didn't have faith? Even if we didn't have faith, Sophia did. Why does she have to be sacrificed? Is God dead? Is he just not there? Maybe God never even existed to begin with. Oh, sorry, I didn't read that. I was reading chat. I see, that's it. If God doesn't exist in our world, then I will create God with my own hands. Krelian? Sophia, please, guide me. I will destroy all false pretenses of love for you. We need to gather all the surviving comrades. We'll never beat them if we fight them individually. So let us create a country that can someday stand up against them. What are you gonna do, Lacan? I think this game's story could have been presented better to, like, not be as convoluted, but I also think that this choice of how they did it wasn't great. Really, it just makes people bored. They don't want to continue. Like, I don't mind reading this stuff to you guys. Like, this is fine for me, but for most people, it's just kind of like blah. Like, D Kitty, do you like sitting here reading cutscenes constantly? Maybe if it was voice, it would be different. Ellie? Oh, Trafe. I started Dorara X210, I think it's called? 10? And I don't like it as much. I don't like its opening as much as I like the first opening, the second opening, or the third opening for it. The fourth opening's not great. If only you could have had power, you could have saved her. Aw, Faye, that makes me really, really sad to hear. You want it, don't you? Unrivaled power? Don't you want to become the absolute being? Those quests, a lot of them, the story after the ARR, sets up a lot of what comes up later in the game, though. There, that's what I sought after. FF14 for an MMO is amazing. But wait, that's not what I want. No, this is my very desire. It sets up a lot of what happens later in the game, and for an MMO, FF14 has an amazing story. So this is where Faye's being held? He deserves it. Hey, fuck you, Dan. Let me prey on his weeping face as if it were an idol. As if I would. Yeah. What is this? Oh, you know what'd be great? If Faye transformed into Ed, broke out of the carbonite, and just crushed Dan. This is terrible. No matter what, this is going way too far. He's still alive. How could you possibly be? You're human too, aren't you? Darn. While I don't agree with you, Faye, I respect your decision to do so. Faye? Oh, Faye. Crying. Huh? Midori, it's you. Phew, don't scare me like that. Crying? Who's crying? This kid hasn't grown at all, by the way. They did cut the quests, actually, Faye. You mean our friend Faye is crying? Like, they cut a ton of bloat quests there. Angry. Hurt. He'll wake up soon. It's calling him. What do you mean? Whoa, what the? Come on, Dan, die, die, get killed, get murdered. Stop it! Faye? Dan, Midori? I don't think you would have, actually, if you were playing when it came out. Run away, yikes, because you would have done it in small bits. So as each patch comes out, you would have done more of the story, so it would have been not trying to rush all the way through it. He broke through his carbonite encasing. Faye took his gear Waltall and went in search of Zohar. We followed Faye's trail. Eventually, we arrived at the location where Zohar had fallen to Earth so very long ago. Nothing could have prepared us for what we were about to see there. Faye, the thing is though, what people don't seem to understand is Final Fantasy is very much, 14 is very much a Square Enix game, so their focus is storyline. More than anything, their focus is storyline. Let's bring Maria. For the very reason I said. That's their focus. Gameplay is the side for them. And while I agree with you, I think it's good for people that don't want to do that to be able to just start at to skip the story. They should add an option in to do that. But that's why they don't. About time, eh? I'm gonna reset this recording now.